Hey Killian, what about trying this axle drop? I dare ya. Yeah. This is gonna lead him right into a stall, guys. Once he gets that axle drop comfortable, then he'll be able to get into the stall and he won't be as afraid. I think it's gonna happen pretty easy for him.
You think I already got it?
I think that was pretty good.
You think I already got it?
Yeah, you wanna just hold on to one thumb?
Can you see it there?
Here, hold on to my thumb. Just one more time.
No, hold on.
Woo! Right into a slash, man. See how he did that? No, don't hold on to me. And all he did was have his, wait, he had his hand like that. You need me over there for that one? You want to hold my hand? No? All right, let's see it. I'll stay right here. You got it. You do have it. Woo! Big slash. Nice. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see the slash from where you're at, but that was pretty sick. I think you should try to do an axle stall, dude. Whoa, how big would that be? I mean, you got the drop in, and you got the launch out. So all you got to do it from a drop in though, not a roll in. Okay, so for OG beginners, OG stands for old guy, or young kids learning to skate, you don't have the axle stall yet. My son doesn't have the axle stall out here. He's done it on our 2-foot mini in the garage. He's just pulled a couple of axle stalls to drop ins. So he's got the back end of the trick fairly comfortable. But now he needs to get up into the stall, and that's a little scary on 4 foot. I mean, he's doubling the height. He hasn't been on our mini ramp in a very long time because that's a winter sport around our house. All right, guys, so we have a good scenario here with this bull, being that we have a wall behind us. He can pretty much, so this is my advice to this trick. When you come up into a stall, you want to pretend someone has a belt tied around your waist and they got a rope pulling from the back of you. And when you go up into the kick turn at the bottom, you want to throw your back and your arms, you want to throw yourself into it and pretend someone's pulling you from like your pants backward up into the wall. And at the same time, you want to get your head up. So if you're used to staying in the bull, now you got to stand up on it. So these are all the motions that you have to get your body into. All right.
Hold my hand.
I don't see how I hold your hand for this trick. If I hold your hand, it's going to keep you leaning in. Really, the only thing I can do is just stand here for moral support and try to help you if you need it. Listen, if you go up hard, try to like sit on that wall, or try to like, yeah. You want to go straight. Look at me. You don't want to do a 45. You want to go straight, perpendicular, and right when your back wheels hit the coping, right when both back wheels hit, then you turn and you stand upward. All right. You know what? You'd be a lot better to drop in right here too. From right there, your angle's wrong. You want to come in fully perpendicular to that coping. If you've got any kind of curve you need to make, you want to get that completely out. So your target, Killian, should be right here. Okay? Wow. Now, hey. See, that was pretty good for him doing like a 50-50 carve grind, or like that tap and run kind of 50-50 stall. But that's not that's not that legit. I'm sitting up on the coping eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, right? We want to get up there, get our full control, because if you can get that stall, then you can go into it with speed and you can get a 50-50 grind easy. If you're dealing with the coping like this, it's going to be a little more scarier for you older dudes like me. That's why I say, rather than only learning to drop in by kicking your wheel in first and then going, learn to be fully locked in. Learn your drop in like that, so that way when you're grinding on a stand-up grind and your wheels are fully locked against the coping like this, that you're not afraid of that. So you don't have to do this every time. That's an extra step, right? So learn to do it this way. Okay, so you got to get your head up. So jump into it.
Go like this?
You want to, yeah, you really want to stand up into that and basically get your balance on the wall. There, that's what you want. You want to come in? Yeah, I'll be right there. Woo! All right, so that looked beautiful, but I did have to give him a push. So maybe I can help him a little bit until he gets the feeling and the motion right. We'll see. You want me to help you with one more?
Yeah.
Okay. So when I'm standing there helping my son, tip to you dads, I can kind of get the feel if his body's right. As I'm about to put my hands up on his chest, I know if he's got enough oomph or not. So we're just gonna keep working it through this way. Yeah, go ahead.
Ew. What's that stench?
Yeah, no doubt. Okay, let's do it again. Okay, you see? You see on that one? Here, I'll get your board out. Just run out. So, you're not getting yourself on top. You got to get yourself up here. That time you're like this. You got to jump into it. From the bottom of this turn, you have to jump and you need to throw your butt and your back up on the wall. So,
Like this?
it happens from down here where you, as you're so what you want to do, come up the coping straight, right when your wheels are here, turn your body, stick your butt out, and then stand up. And when you stand up, you got to throw your heels down. So it really is, at that last bit, right as you're about to hit the coping, you really try to like throw yourself out on it. You got it? Try to stick your butt to the back of that wall. Oh, that was better. That was better that time. Do an axle drop in, because that's just good practice at this point. If you can get really good at this part, that trick is not going to be nearly as scary, guys. Yeah. Keep doing what you're doing. You've got a nice lean. You're letting your body come in. You're keeping weight on your toe. As long as you keep weight on your toe and you fall and sort of pivot in, it's going to be perfect. Perfect. You don't have to fear that as long as you keep weight on your toe and you start to let yourself fall in as you're turning. Okay. That was good. Right there, right there. Right there on that one. As he approached the top of that coping, I could watch him make this jump off of it. That was key, because that shows you're committing to the top of the coping. Yeah, you got this, dude. Yeah. You're doing great, bud. You're doing great if you're trying. All you gotta do is get outside the box and just give it some effort. Yes!
I got it!
Yes! Now get full control. Yeah! Woo! Boom! So, when he comes off that axle stall, if I could slow it down, if I got good enough footage, he's actually putting his tail on the coping. Boom, tail hits, then he leans down on his toe and he comes in. There ain't nothing wrong with that. I think it's a big benefit because if your tail comes down and then you lean, you're really locking your wheel in and you're gonna turn. If you're trying to do it without your tail, you don't have that balance pivot point set up necessarily, and you may pull one of these upright turns where your head's up, and those are the ones that pop your truck over the coping and then you hang up disaster. Do that again, dude, that was sick. Dude, if you get an axle, I mean, yesterday he got his first 6 foot high, over on that other bull where it says go, he got his first slash grind 6 foot high. If he learns the axle stall today, the very next day, crazy. Yes, Daddy never touched you. Woo! Boom! Oh, he did good. I'm super proud of him, and I'm psyched. I'm psyched to know that that's going to happen very soon. He'll have those axle stalls. Killian, once you have those axle stalls in here, you'll be doing stand-up grinds like me. It's that easy, dude. Once you get to stall, you can get that. A shout out to all you guys that are close. I want to try to inspire you, if you've slowed down on it, to get back in there on that, to try that again. Try to learn it with this method. This method is safer for us dudes. Lock in, you know, full. Get that stall. Get that fully locked in axle drop. Get that down, you know. If you eliminate the fear of that hang up on that re-entry portion of the trick and then come back and get into a fully locked stall. Once you get the 2 of those down, a stand-up 50-50, dude, it's not a problem. Same thing goes with front side. That's pretty much how I learned it. Thank you, Jesus!